Hi, and welcome to another episode of If I Speak. If you're new around here, don't forget to like, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as our Instagram and our Spotify. We're active on those as well. And we only got two of the panel, including myself here today. So, Abhinav, Nandu, what are you saying, boys? I hope you're all good. Hope you've had a good week and stuff. How's your week been, boys?
It's been boring. It's international break. Nothing. There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, true.
That's the
So,
end of the video.
end of-
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for subscribing. Don't forget to check out our Instagram, everything. Yep, there we go.
fair enough. You can do the outro then, and the intro for next week then. But we'll just go on to the weekly this weekly roundup sort of thing, because a lot has happened, to be fair, this week in terms of like stuff in football, stuff outside of football and stuff. But yeah, what's your guys' thoughts on the England under 21s getting knocked out?
Who wants to go first?
Whoever.
I mean, I didn't watch the game, so I can't comment much on it.
I watched a couple of them actually. I think it's just we were discussing it off the podcast, but the manager, what's the name again?
Boothroyd or something like that.
Yeah. He just I don't know if he knows what he's doing. I think
He's
it's just,
I think he got sacked by a different club before, and I think he got them relegated, if what I remember. I just know he did really bad in this last job, and I don't know how he got the England one basically.
I think England are doing it wrong, like the way their thing is set up, where they're just promoting whoever's under 19 to under 21 and things like that. Like, I don't know if he's not playing the best players. You should be playing the best players for the national team, for the under 21s, or something exciting. I feel like he has favourites, and it's the same with the England team as well.
Southgate,
both of them seem like the team seems like so bland, like out of ideas. It's really hard to watch an international game right now because you'll put it on and 30 minutes later you should realise that it's just going to be one of those games where there'll be a corner where they score from, or there'll be some sort of like goal out of nowhere, like a mistake. And yeah, I don't know if that's an international thing where every team is like that, or if that's an England thing though. What do you think?
I think it's kind of an England thing, because I get like you're not that motivated in a sense to go on international break. I can tell like some of the players, they just couldn't be asked, like they just couldn't be bothered, because they would have. I reckon they would have preferred some time off in a sense, instead of playing like these pointless matches. To be honest, like even the team against San Marino, I don't think half the players even cared. I think maybe except Ollie Watkins, because it was his debut. So I think that's maybe the only player who actually cared enough to play for England. But the rest just didn't really care, to be honest. But yeah, I guess it is bland. I just don't think it'll be a different team. I think the Euros to what it is now. I think given injuries and stuff. Because even Sancho didn't get in this time, did he? Or was he injured? Or I don't know.
He was injured. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sancho
like
and
you just know in the
Grealish.
summer if he's fit. If everyone's fit, then Sancho and Grealish easily get in to the.
Do you think they'll start the same team together though?
I don't think so. Not with Southgate.
They should, but no, I don't think so.
I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, that's true. But even with the under 21s, like those players like Eddie and Nketiah there, I'm just like, what the hell has this guy done to get into the England team? Like,
oh, bro, I saw the highlights. He's wank, absolutely wank during the game.
Don't tell Shivram that. Shivram loves anyone that's played for Leeds.
Yeah, I don't know why he was bigging him up like that. I think it was just to give Darius a little tease or something. Yeah, but
man said tease, yeah. But the thing is, in that under 21 team, there's actually sick players there. If you look at the team, they got players like Eze, they got Curtis Jones, yeah. Who else is there? I think got Ben Godfrey as well. Ben Godfrey's really good as well.
Oliver Skip, generational.
Oh, Skip, yeah. Generational, yeah.
Good player.
He is good, to be fair. And then you've got Hudson Odoi as well, who's playing for the under 21s as well at the moment. But yeah, it's just strange, really. But any other thoughts on England under 21s? I don't think most people care, to be honest, about that. It's obviously about the men's team, but
yeah,
it's quite big in a sense.
Yeah, because there's so many there's a good crop of young players.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and even in the national, the main team, there's so many good young players, and you're basically wasting 4 years, because that's when the next World Cup is going to happen. And yeah, it's just a waste of players, I guess. It's the same with that. You remember that really, really good English team, and then Fabio Capello managed them and played 4-4-2 with Scholes at left mid. It's just a waste of talent, basically.
Yeah, that's true.
Was that Capello or Ericsson?
Ericsson, actually, yeah. Ericsson, right? Yeah,
Ericsson, yeah.
I was on with Gerrard. And,
Yeah, but let's get away from international football. It's just boring, man. Who loves to talk about it? But
so watching
there's
Chelsea, man.
fuck's sake, not this shit again. But yeah, there's been other other transfer rumors going on this week. As we're recording now, I think Erling Haaland's father and I believe Mino Raiola in Madrid right now. They were in Barcelona, I think, earlier during the day as well. So there's a bit of news on that. So do you boys think he's heading to Spain then, Haaland, in the summer, or is this just like wait and see, basically? So like a uni virtual tour. Do you know we have like uni tours and stuff?
Mr. Worldwide. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Haaland's going around the world.
Yeah.
I don't think he's heading off to Madrid. I don't think Madrid can afford him. I think Barcelona is stupid enough to pay the agent fees for him.
Are stupid or aren't stupid?
Are stupid enough.
Stupid, okay.
Because if you look at their transfer fees, like in recent times, stupid amount of fees for the players.
Man's got passion talking about Barcelona.
Griezmann, Dembele, Coutinho.
Griezmann, Dembele. Who else is there?
Coutinho. That's like
Coutinho.
500 million plus.
Yeah.
Insane numbers.
Did Titi go for a lot as well?
De Jong went for a lot.
Yeah.
I rate De Jong though, so I'll allow him.
Yeah, we'll give him a free pass.
Braithwaite, I forgot his name, but
he went for 18 million. That was an emergency signing today.
Yeah, he's still a lot.
You're not a serious club if you're signing Braithwaite as an emergency signing, you know.
Finished.
I mean, with their new president and stuff, I think they can afford him if they can convince him with the project and shit like that.
Yeah,
I think this is just like it's one of those things where if you try and show that loads of clubs are interested in you, that it drives up the price. So I think that his agent and his dad are going around to Madrid, Barca, the best teams, and basically trying to show that everyone, there's a lot of competition for them. So if you want him, you've got to pay up.
Yeah,
what they're doing, and it's pretty smart, I guess, because they might go to City next. They'll just take a trip to Manchester. You'll see them there. You'll be in the news, so everyone will know about it, and then they'll just keep going around. But I just hope he doesn't. I mean, I wouldn't mind if he signs Barca, just because I don't want him signing for City and basically killing off the league for the next 4 years.
You're just saying that just in case You're just saying that just in case certain someone comes out and says, he stands for Barcelona. What are you going to do now?
No, but if they sign him, fair enough, then I'm wrong.
But
stitch me up.
Bro, you got baited here.
But realistically, like, if you're Erling Haaland, why would you go to Barcelona at the moment? Like, the club's a shambles at the moment, so why would you go to a club that's in a mess? It's a similar sort of thing.
Expiry date, man.
Yeah, and even like obviously with Barcelona and the league as well. Why would you go to say Real Madrid as well, who are sort of in the shambles, not fully, but they sort of are. So it's just like I guess go on.
Unless if Mbappe goes Madrid, Haaland goes Barca, then that's the only way we can see it happening and it actually going well. But like if one player goes to one club and the other one doesn't, it's just dead food really. What's the point of watching La Liga if it's just
that's true,
Mbappe
but I think my perspective on it is I just think at the moment Raiola and I think Haaland's dad are just looking at options really, like seeing who's offering the best for Haaland, and obviously Raiola just cares about himself. Like
they're going window shopping and Barca fans are getting excited.
Window shopping.
Yeah. I think I think what the question was like, why would you go to Barca? I think the only allure for them is like the new project. So I don't know what Laporte is saying because I don't know if you can change anything. But if he's promising this new project where they're going to go forward as a club and progress and things like that, and Haaland believes it because like their track record in the past few years, their project's been abysmal. They're just signing big name players just to show that they're a big club, basically. They're Barcelona. The way they handle the club in general, the way they handle transfers is really poor. Like everything gets leaked to the news. They basically pressurize other clubs. So like if you look at the Dembele example, Dembele wanted to go to Barca. They could have just negotiated the fee, but instead they told them to ditch training and then basically go on strike. And
Yeah.
Why would like other clubs want to deal with Barca if that's the way they negotiate with their players, you know? So if Laporta changes all of that, then fair enough. But it's very hard to like, I don't know. It's going to be a really hard thing to do to persuade possibly like a top 2 Ballon d'Or player of the future to stick with Barca throughout all this, especially with like Messi wanting to leave. Like he will basically be the focal point of that team if Messi leaves. So,
The project depends on Messi. Let's be real.
I don't know. Maybe Messi's the reason he's coming. Maybe
he's
they
coming,
sell Messi
yeah,
just
that's what I was about to say. Yeah. But it's gonna be interesting and stuff. Like you said, he might end up Raiola and Haaland's dad might end up going Manchester or even London.
Or even
hopefully,
Leeds.
you never know. Leeds.
Man just brought up London here. That's not happening, bro.
Do you know what? Don't write it off, boys. Don't write us off, man. I'm telling you.
I won't write it off. I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, I mean, like the likelihood of it happening, I'd probably say is about at the moment 30%. That's what I'd probably say.
Less
I don't know. About
add in the 10% just to give yourself some hope in it.
40% then. 40% is happening, but I wouldn't write off because we're in the market for a striker. You know us, we can go big if we want to. So, but I don't know. It's just one of them. But yeah, I just wanted to get your thoughts on Konate as well because there's also been news on Ibrahim Konate coming from Leipzig to Liverpool. He's come out and said stuff like that I want to leave, basically, like similar sort of things. And I think Athletic reported that, simply he wants to leave and stuff. So what's your thoughts on
I don't think
potential
Konate
signing?
is actually. I don't think Konate has actually said anything, but I think his agents made it like.
And
I think,
because when the Athletic report stuff it's mostly true what they say. So
yeah. I mean, they have some like it's David Ornstein, right? So that's the thing, though. I don't really like with the Athletic. They've gotten a few things wrong with us just because it's really hard for journalists outside of Liverpool to get the transfer news right until the very end. So if Athletic do have the correct news, it's basically done. So otherwise, they wouldn't release that sort of thing. So I think Konate is. He fits the profile of the kind of centre back we're looking for. Like the targets we're looking for, like are quick young centre backs that can partner Van Dijk, and I think he fits the bill for that. He's young. The only doubt I have with him is his injury record. He had like pardon?
Is it bad, his injury record?
He had one bad hip injury, and then after that I think he tore a hamstring or something like that. So. But I think the injuries that followed that were just basically, those injuries, those small knocks you get along the way.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's quite injury prone, but it's also a big punt with us, especially with like what's going on at the club. Like we can't take another risk. Like our backups to Van Dijk are Gomez and Matip, and although they're great, it's really annoying when half the time they're spent like in the physio room, trying to recover from an injury. So. I think he's a really good signing, actually. It's really weird, like how we do our transfers. Like we always make the right decision, and it looks like a good signing every single time. And there's no rumors or anything. We just get it done. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. And has there been any Tottenham news then on transfers, or has there been anything in the news?
Mainly away from the club, to be honest.
Sorry.
Mainly away from the club, to be honest. I think yesterday it came out that Bayern were interested in Son. I think it makes sense because there were contract negotiations a couple months ago that he's going to sign a long-term contract with us, but I don't know, after the dip in form, it just happened to fade away. But I don't know. I don't think that if Bayern signs Son, that he'll be a first-team player.
No chance. Even Sane can't get into the team right now, and we don't know how good Sane is. So.
I think they're doing that because Gnabry's playing poorly. Actually, he's only got like 5 league goals, so I think they're trying to get him competition. They're trying to give him some competition.
Gnabry, Coman, Sane. That's their wingers, right? I don't know if Perisic still plays for them. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I guess they would be looking for a winger. So it'd be interesting if it's on. Like, imagine if he leaves. Like.
If you're Son, would you want to be that player that just provides competition for a first team player?
The thing is, I reckon he'll slot straight into the Bayern team though. Like I think he's better than Coman. I do think he's better than Sane.
Gnabry, Sane or Gnabry. I don't think
Gnabry, yeah. So I actually do think he'll slot straight into the team. I think next to like obviously Lewandowski. So it's
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think it's as much as I love him, I think he's too much of a purple patch player. He'll have his patches
Those
of
moments, yeah.
he'll have his patches, and then he'll just disappear for a good couple games.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think that's what Bayern want to be looking for.
that's true. Yeah, that'd be interesting as well. But any other transfer news for you boys on
Oh,
that,
yeah.
or just
Like
both?
today I
Anyone?
heard
Yeah.
Kabak wants to Liverpool trying to get Kabak for 8 million actually, rather than 18 million. They're trying to get him for 8-9 million. As a because I think what we're trying to do is we're not trying to get like 3 main centre backs. I think we're trying to sign one like centre back in Konate and another one. So it'll be Van Dijk, Gomez when he's back, and potentially sell what's his name, Matip, just because he's a great player and all, but he's too injury prone to rely on as a backup. So I think it'll be Konate and maybe either Kabak or some experienced defender alongside him. And a lot of people are saying like keep Phillips and things like that, but I don't want to make the club to make the same mistake of like like when like clubs make sentimental signings where like they did well
and it
this
doesn't
one
work
time.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, they did well this one time, so let's keep him just because he was a
Yeah.
good servant. So I'll give
Yeah.
like Adrian, he got us a Super Cup final win.
So
and
annoyed
then
by
against,
that, man.
Against
So annoyed by
Chelsea. I don't know how they even gave away a penalty. So there were red flags all over the place. But then we just decided to keep him on a season after. And then Origi as well. Like Origi scored that semi-final goal in the Champions League.
He's throwing more shade at Barcelona.
yeah. I mean, no, that was just a coincidence. But the thing is, like,
sure.
yeah. I'll mention him again. But the thing is, that was a center. Like, we gave him a 4-year contract after it. I think, like, it's been bumper contract. So I don't know why we're.
I guess at the time it was kind of worth it because, like, in that season he did score some really big goals for you guys. Like, how do you know about scored that goal against Newcastle? I think was it Newcastle when you guys won 3-2. Like, had you not have scored that, then you guys would have been out of. Basically, City would have won the title that weekend.
But the thing is, like, that contract is based on what he does after that. So the 4 years after, what's he done after that season?
Oh yeah, no, I'm talking about at the time. So back when obviously you guys beat Barcelona and stuff, you scored those vital goals. You in the Champions League final, obviously, then against Newcastle as well. Like, fair enough. At the time, you can kind of say it's at the time it's justified because
true.
Like towards the end of the season, he was your most important player, Origi, at that time. But then obviously it's not justified now because he's done nothing pretty much.
Yeah,
so,
but that's what I mean. Like, if you like kind of think about what Phillips is doing now, like obviously he's doing a job for us. He's not being amazing. He's doing a job for us, and that's about it. So we have to think like a proper club. We're Liverpool, so we shouldn't be starting Nat Phillips, 23-year-old Nat Phillips, whose only experience is like under 20. What the second league of the like the second division of the Bundesliga.
Yeah,
I think we should capitalize off this, like, and make as much profit off him as we can, and get a quality fourth centre back rather than that.
I think you'll get money from Phillips anyway if you do end up selling him, because I'm sure a Prem team or maybe Championship team will take him, to be honest.
Yeah,
so
I think like a lower level Prem team or Championship team would happily take him, like Burnley. Like
but I was going to say Burnley, Burnley.
Yeah, so that would be ideal. And I mean, other than that, there's Wijnaldum talks. So Wijnaldum to Barca. I mean, Barca can have him if it wants, but like, if he doesn't want to stay, he might as well go. So I don't know. He hasn't signed his contract, and it doesn't look like he's signing it. And I feel like if no one comes for him, he's going to come back to us saying, "Oh, I'll sign it," and then we'll just sell him off.
Yeah, I think with us, we've got. I think we've had a bit of transfer talk this week as well. We've been linked with Donnarumma on a free, I believe. But obviously the agent fees, because it's Raiola, it's going to be a shit ton of money. We've also been linked with Romelu Lukaku as an alternative. If we don't manage to get Haaland, then Lukaku's, I guess, our second sort of choice or third choice.
He's Raiola as well, isn't he?
I believe so. Yeah, I think.
Have you done business with Raiola before?
No, we haven't. No, we haven't. So it's a bit of a, I don't know. It's a sticky one still. Not gonna lie, but we've been linked with Lukaku as well. Lukaku's a weird one because I don't know if he can still do it in the Prem. Like, fair enough, he's been at Syria, he's been bossing it everywhere he's been, but I just don't know if he's gonna show that form again in the Prem, because like
I think he will.
Yeah, I don't know, how old is he? Like 27, 28. So Chelsea got to think about it realistically. Like if we do sign Lukaku, let's just put a random fee, 55, 60 million, just as an example, or do we splash out, say 140 for Haaland, where we know we can get more years out of Haaland, but with Lukaku we can probably get what, 4 or 5 years? I'll probably say 4 years or something like that, or 3, depending on injuries and stuff. So I'd rather us go for Haaland in a sense, because obviously we all know what Haaland's like, brilliant player and stuff, and longevity wise he's very young as well. With Lukaku, he only have 4 or 5 years left, so we'll be essentially splashing 120 million for 2 strikers in a sense. That once Lukaku's gone, we'll have to find someone else. So in that sense, I'd rather we go for Haaland now, whilst we're sort of in the power of like money and stuff. And obviously there's no financial fair play, so Abramovich can do whatever the fuck he wants, basically. So so there's that.
The thing is with Haaland, you've
frozen there, bro.
Oh,
yeah, what's up?
Now?
Yeah.
With Haaland, like you're saying, like, oh, he'll last until the he's young, right? So you have a few more years in him. But I feel like he's going to use the Premier League as a stepping stone for one of the bigger La Liga clubs. So you'll only get like 4 years max from him, and then he'll dip or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
or maybe he'll stay.
It's interesting, yeah. Like, because whatever happens, Rola's going to be loving it. He's just going to be like, he's going to already think about the next move for Haaland. So, say for example, he goes to Manchester City, he'll be thinking, 2-3 years time, we're going to try and get Haaland to move to, say, Juventus or something like that. Just an example. But yeah, those are sort of our transfers and stuff. And there's also been very, very, very small talk that Hazard might come back to the Bridge as well. Very small talk, but I'm not really keen on that, to be honest.
Is he gonna be a little cheerleader or something?
Cheerleader, yeah. That's obviously if he can play. Like I'm obviously open for him to return to the Bridge. It'll be great and stuff, but I just hope that we don't. If we do end up getting Hazard again, I don't want us to rely on him. I want us to make him be like a 4th or 5th choice winger, like maybe a great person to have in the dressing room, because he'll help the likes of, say, Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic, and stuff like that, Werner. But yeah, it's a weird one, Hazard, because it's kind of his fault in the sense that he's not taking care of his body, but at the same time, it's just unfortunate. And I feel like at Madrid, he's been rushing back too quickly. And then if he does sign back for Chelsea, I don't want him to rush back too quickly. I'd rather him take his time and not having to rely on him like we have in the past. Like, I think the 17-18 and the 18-19 season, we relied on Hazard so much. It was literally Hazard FC for us. But now we've kind of moved from that philosophy to we're more of a team now compared to before. So, yeah, that's really the transfer side of us. But
I reckon if Hazard somehow goes back to Chelsea, that's going to trigger a move for Mbappe.
Yeah, well, I didn't think of that, to be fair. Yeah, it could.
Do you not think Madrid will try and sign Mbappe regardless of whether they have Hazard or not, or will it be dependent on that?
Yeah, a bit of both, I think.
I think it would be dependent on that, because I reckon mainly because of the wages they pay Hazard.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Obviously, if Chelsea get Hazard, they get the transfer.
But the problem is as well, I don't want us to splash so much money on Hazard. Like, the minimum I'd pay for Hazard at this point would be about 30 million. That's it. I wouldn't pay more than 30 for Hazard. Because let's be real, we're not getting less than, like, nowadays you can get Hazard for about 30 million at this point. Like, I don't want us to pay stupid amounts of money, knowing the guy who's injury prone now, who's not going to play a lot. So, but yeah, you could be right, to be fair. It could pave the way for Mbappe to come, which would be interesting.
I think even if Bale goes next season.
Yeah, because he doesn't, obviously Zidane doesn't fancy him. So who's going to pay his wages now? That's the problem.
I know we're not signing him.
Only China or America, realistically. He's
maybe become a free agent and then just
or just retire, play golf. Literally just play golf, train for the P.
Go MLS.
Exactly, yeah, he could go MLS, but yeah, any other final thoughts, guys, before we wrap this up?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, just before we finish then as well, I'm sure you guys obviously know and stuff that Claude from AFTV sadly passed away on Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday morning, wasn't it? But this is actually just annoying me as well because social media now just has to act on something because it's sort of cost someone's life. Like we don't know the extent to Claude's death and stuff, but we know that he's received a lot of online abuse and stuff. So I think it's time for social media to step up because it's costing people's lives now at this point. Like I'm not obviously on Twitter, you guys are and stuff. Like I'm sure you guys can tell me like how bad it is on there and stuff.
I think Twitter's just at its worst level right now.
Twitter's what? Sorry.
It's pretty toxic.
Not pretty toxic is an understatement at this point. It's just full on toxic at this rate. Like I don't know. I just try to avoid it as much as I can now.
Yeah, because like it gets to a point now where it's okay to criticize someone, you can call someone out, but when you get abusive, it's uncontrollable, and these social media teams need to do more about it because it's unbelievable to be honest. Like the amount of suicides that happen like each year and stuff. It's just sad really. But I don't know if have you guys seen I think it might have come up on your recommended or something or potentially, but there was this recommended thing from Arsenal Fan TV about Claude opening up about depression. I think it was about a 40-minute video. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's quite a good watch actually. He opens up about quite a lot of stuff, like respect for him for saying all that stuff, and it's just sad that he's gone because he provided so many great TV memories, as we know and stuff, for the world basically. So yeah, we'll put the link to that video from Arsenal Fan TV in the description below. But that wraps up this week's podcast then. So if you're new around here, don't forget to like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as Instagram and Twitter as well. And yeah, we'll see you next time.